Welcome to Round 5 of the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of January 7th. I'm Nicole Erdix, and I'm here with Terri Morrow.
Hello.
And Catherine Haldecco.
Hi.
Today, we're taking a break from talking and complaining and obsessing, and instead shouting out things other people are doing that we think you'll find as useful or enjoyable as we do. And we call this our Roundabout Roundup. So, you know what? I'll just quickly dive into what I want to shout out this week.
Okay.
Because I'm so obsessed with it. I've just recently, even though I've been a podcaster for how many years? 8 years?
A long time. When did we start that inclusive class?
It was like, because we did it for about 3 or 4 years.
We did.
So, yeah,
yes.
I'm thinking
all these years, and we're still laboring in near obscurity. But no, inclusive class had a little traction for a while.
Listening to each other talking with each other.
We do. It's an excuse to leave our reclusive existences and actually talk to other human beings. Right. But anyway.
So in all these years of being a podcaster, I haven't actually listened to many podcasts myself.
Mm-hmm.
And just recently I've started listening to podcasts, and they're clearly not the same genre as you and Catherine listen to. I've delved into the dark world of crime podcasts.
Oh, my.
And I had mentioned a podcast a couple weeks ago that I was listening to and really enjoyed. And I've since found another one that's just as good, and just, oh my gosh, it's so, I couldn't turn it off. I'm working my way through it because there's like 20 or so episodes to it. So and each episode's like an hour long. So I've been working my way through it. But this podcast has become highly popular. It's had over 28 million downloads. And it's causing quite a stir. It's a podcast based on a real-life cold case crime that happened in Sydney, Australia. And it happened back in the 80s, I want to say. See, I don't remember the date. And it's just been such an engrossing podcast. Like it just, it outlines what happened and all the different people, and there's interviews with various people. And anyway, it's called The Teacher's Pet, and it does have a lot of adult content, and some of it is disturbing. So FYI, if there is a trigger warning here. And so there's a whole website that goes along with it, and then you listen to the podcast and you go to the website and you can look at all the information that they presented on that particular episode. And it's just like, and apparently I talked to my cousin who lives in Australia right now, and it's just got this huge cult following. And because of the podcast, they've been able to make an arrest because of the leads that they've gotten from the podcast. And it's generated a lot of public pressure for the police to, do something about this cold case. And anyway, just took up the whole time talking about my podcast.
Catherine, doesn't Sarah Bunting from Extra Hot Great have a true crime podcast?
She does. It's called the Blotter Presents.
You should check that out. She's very entertaining when talking about entertainment, so I imagine she would be on that as well.
And instead of being one case, over time, I think it's a different topic every week.
I think
and it's like, it might be about a particular crime or incident, or it might be about, the movie about that crime, or sometimes I think it's that. I don't know. I don't listen to it.
I've never listened to it other than just hearing her talk about it. So.
Right.
Might be worth checking out if that is the sort of thing you like.
You could also, Nicole, go back to OG Serial that, turned everyone else in the world on the podcast, because that's, basically a murder case that was possibly mishandled.
But then didn't something happen? There's like a whole serial backlash or something that I just saw on...
Well, maybe. I mean, it's on its third season now. I'm talking about the first season. was specifically, you know, about trying to get to the bottom of a particular crime. The second and third season, I started listening to the third season, and I had to stop because it was just way too depressing. It was.
I know, it's like I'm starting to feel like I should be saying la 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 la. I can't hear you while you talk about these terrible things.
Yeah, I had to stop.
Yeah, it's pretty like, oh wow, they get really in depth on these.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty then.
Moving on. Terry, what do you have?
I will move on to my completely non-violent selection. Mm-hmm. I have talked here before about having Apple Music and enjoying having such a large body of songs available to me should I hear something on the radio and go, hey, I kind of like that. Let me look that up. And usually I'll start listening to albums by those artists. But lately I thought, you know what? I'm going to put together a little playlist for myself of things I hear on the radio that I like or artists that I like where there's a couple of songs I particularly enjoy. And so I've just kind of been picking and choosing songs that I like listening to and making a playlist of them. And I think I'm just going to continue doing that. Whenever I hear something I like, I'm going to add it too. So on Apple Music, they have this thing where you can share your playlists. So I have shared that on my profile if you are an Apple Music person, and we'll have the link to it in our show notes. If you want to hear what I'm listening to and listen along, go check it out. And if you have some playlists of your own you think I would enjoy, let me know on Twitter at Roundabout Chat. You can just comment on that. So it's fun, like listening to, well, some of it is newish music. Some of it is probably on the playlist of New Broadway that
my daughter likes.
Your daughter has, Catherine.
That one's on Spotify.
Yes. Is there anything from Waitress on there?
Maybe. I didn't hear anything during when I was listening to it, but that sounds like it.
She used to be mine. That's a good croon it in the shower song. But anyway. Cool. I had fun putting it together, and I hope you will have fun listening to it, and I will be adding to it.
Great. Thank you. How about you, I was going to say calendar, because it's a calendar here. Catherine.
Yes. Continuing our discussion from yesterday about calendars. This is something that I heard about from a blogger / podcasters, Young House Love. This calendar that they make every year, it's from a company called Social Print Studio. Mm-hmm. And you upload up to 365 photos.
So that's no problem picking 365 photos.
Yeah. And, or you can do less than that and they'll just repeat. So for my parents for Christmas, I made them a calendar and I got my brother and sister to contribute some pictures for me. And I used some of my own and, you know, a couple of mostly ones from the past year or two. And because my parents are very into like downsizing and not adding, you know, not accumulating more stuff. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, I figured with this, you know, it's a photo a day calendar. Basically, you can. I'm
looking at it now. These are very cool.
Yeah,
They're the ones where like you rip the thing off.
You rip the day off, and then
how do you like throw your grandchild in the trash? You have to put those up on your refrigerator. Then they're going to wind up with like 365 individual pages of pictures.
They won't. Okay. They are like
they're ruthless.
They're ruthless. They're able to throw them away.
Wow, really?
To recycle them because they're super motivated to not accumulate stuff.
These are gorgeous, though. I'm looking at them on the website.
Yeah, I mean it's not cheap, but they really, really liked it. They were very pleased with it. And you know, I realize it's sort of past the gift giving time of year right now, but just so that you tuck that in the back of your brain for the end of the year, or you know, hey, if you have somebody you could do it for
January birthday
mm-hmm. or Valentine's Day or something. You could still do it probably. Because I know I just had it in the back of my mind from hearing about it on Young House Love. And
that is very cool.
Yeah, it worked out really well. So,
and you know, listeners, we have well over 365 pithy quote graphics that
true.
You could just make yourself an entire year of clever.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Bon mot from Parenting Roundabout.
Yeah.
You can select 365 of your favorites.
That's right.
Oh.
There you go.
And it was really pretty easy, you know, once I had all the pictures to upload them
so cool
onto the site, and then it just dumps them in random order.
Yeah.
And then, of course, everyone in the family was checking their birthday to see if it was a picture of them on their birthday. And I was like, I didn't go through and organize it for the birthdays.
That's a nice gift.
It is, isn't it?
For a grandparent or for a family member.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
very
recommended.
Good suggestion.
Good recommendation. It's so much more pleasant than my crime podcast.
That's right.
Pretty pictures.
And on that note, we'll wrap it up before Nicole starts talking more about her podcast. We're going to
stick a knife through this one. Put an axe in its head. And
that's it for another week of Parenting Roundabout. If you missed any of our earlier episodes this week, look them up on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts to hear what we have to say about parenting books, road trips, planners, calendars, the West Wing, and Big Night. You will also find all our episodes at parentingroundabout.com and talk back in the comments there, on our Facebook page, or on Twitter, where you'll find us at Roundabout Chat. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you back here on Monday.